Assalamu alaikum, shabab. The return is upon us. Due to the summer basketball, we're here outside, living up the vibes and everything. And yeah, can't wait for the season to be back.
We kind of witnessed.
Yeah, we also stole it from PA. So
we saw the
thanks.
PA post-draft analysis. We were like, all right,
Thanks, Yasin.
let's do it outside. Inshallah, this works out well for us. But of course, first things first, as usual, like I'll always say, Palestine, we're playing for something greater than just ourselves. We gotta look beyond ourselves. We gotta be selfless. With people struggling around the world, in Sudan, in Kashmir, in Burma, in Yemen, in Syria, in Palestine, and Gaza, we gotta be thinking about them. We gotta embody our Muslim side, really, and we gotta do whatever we can to help them. The elections just passed. I'm sure we all did what we had to do there. We're donating, inshallah. We just had the Galibid, the auction for the teams. I'm sure we donated there. So whatever we could do to help, just keep them in mind throughout the entirety of the season. Don't forget about them. It will be a shame for us to forget about them. So that's what I have to say there, and inshallah, we act on it.
Highlighting what Ammar said yesterday, it's brotherhood before basketball. So inshallah, we start this season off on the right foot. Inshallah, we know that everybody's playing with new teams. We know everybody's playing with new players. We know you might not be like best friends with all these guys, but give everybody your best shot, and inshallah you guys have a good season. And thank you for everybody that bought the Palestine limited edition jerseys. All that is going to go to Palestine, correct? And thank you to everybody that bid for their team names. That's also all going to Palestine. And thank you to the whole MB team, Obada, Jaime, Mohammed Abdul Ghani, and everybody that worked on all that stuff.
And actually, one more thing. It is Dhul Hijjah, as we all know. Eid is on Sunday. So these are the days to honestly be donating and doing whatever you can to help there, inshallah.
Exactly.
So, and there's Udhiyah, we're going to be sacrificing and giving to the needy. So this is your perfect opportunity to give to the people of Palestine, for example, food, because they honestly don't have it. So be grateful for what you have and try to be selfless in giving to them.
Yeah.
All right, now we can get into
That's
it.
basically the podcast, because I won the draft. You guys are garbage captains, and I'm going to go 12-0 and get to the finals again. I'll take it have you.
Well, I guess we can start with this team because it's the first on the little picture that we sent to everyone. How do you feel about your team?
So I know everybody was shocked. Towfeek, Woj made a trade, went back. It was supposed to be a surprise, but everybody already knew about it by the time it started. Overall, I liked my team. There was like a couple guys that I thought went a little bit earlier than I thought they would. I wanted to have picked them, but like overall, I think like if I envisioned my team, I got like most of the core that I thought I would get making that trade. Like, I know I could have had a chance at Musa or Mehdi, but I was like, if I move back to 4, I get an extra third rounder, I could end up with Musa, Mehdi, or Mana, whoever falls to me, which I ended up with Mana, who's obviously top 3 big in the league. Then there was obviously me, who has to step up with no Shafic Aitana this year. And then I got my 2 Lebanese brothers, Nadir and Abdul Karim Samak. So this is the most Lebanese people on a Bergen County, New Jersey basketball team. And then I obviously got my running mate, Amir Hassan. We've been playing together since we were like in high school. And Ahmad S, obviously, Mr. Passion himself. Rebounds. I was talking to Musa, and Musa was trying to explain Ahmad S to Yahya. He was like, yo, you don't know who Ahmad S is? You know the guy with like the super long socks that jumps out the gym? And I was like, yep, that's him. And then we also got Splash, Ahmed Abdul Ghani, and newcomer Rayed Hassan, who is going to be a big time factor on our squad.
Honestly, looking at the squad, exactly like Towfeek said, this was the core that I expected him to get. Like, once it came to the second, third round and Amir Hassan was still on the board, I'm like, all right, I know he's going to Towfeek. And then he talked about this in Max pre-draft. So, like, this is basically what he had drawn up, and mashallah, it came to fruition, which you don't really see in these drafts with, like, basically the other 10, 11 teams.
It's called real drafting, Shabab.
Yeah.
Real drafting.
But I will say, so extremely strong team. Definitely going to be, I think, top 3, 4 team, undoubtedly. There is a little bit of lack of shooting. We were just talking about
the stipulation was, what's it called? If we're playing 90s basketball, like free throws in, we would be 10-0. But now that there's like a 3-point arc and everything, we do. So we don't have anybody that's like known as a shooter. Amir, I think, would be like categorized as the best shooter on our team. We have guys that can get hot, like Abdul Karim can hit 2 to 3 threes in a game.
I guess.
Nadir can hit like a 3 or 2 in a game.
I guess.
Towfeek bil'afiyah can maybe hit
he's
1, 3. So like, definitely in the half court, if teams were to play zone on us, that's definitely something I looked at. Like, we could struggle because there might not be that much spacing. I think the only way we can negate that is like, since we can all dribble, and since there's not too many teams that have like 5 guys that can just get the ball off the rebound and go, we'd have to play really, really fast and not let the defense set up. That's the way that we're going to play, I believe.
Yeah, and it could work for them because honestly, Towfeek has a lot of experience. Like the teams that he's played on, I feel like they do that.
Yeah.
Like that's their usual theme.
I'll be playing no
So.
defense, and I'm about the highlights.
My prediction here would be they're gonna be the number 2 or 3 seed. I'll give him the number 2. All right, moving on to the next team. So the second overall pick, second captain, Yamin Faraj. This team, I'm gonna be blunt.
It was pretty shocking.
Yeah,
though.
not that good. Not that
Like
good.
it's not as in like it was just shocking because like none of these guys were expected to be taken at the places that they were taken.
So there are a lot of picks that felt like reaches. Let me put it that way. I mean, you never know how it shapes up. Like there are a lot of teams, even like at every level, that depending on how they work together, if they mesh really well, they'll still be a top team. But just looking on paper, it's really hard for me to believe like they'll be a top team in this season.
Now,
the way they are now, at least.
Like to Ammar's point, they are all reaches. So in a way, there's not like too much like I don't want to say the word ego, but like when you draft a good player, the good player expects a certain thing. Like he expects I have to take 15 to 20 shots. This team looks like it could be very selfless. Like it looks like there's nobody that like really needs the ball. Mehdi in general is a pretty selfless like superstar. Like he's not like one of those guys that like is like give me the ball and like I'm only gonna shoot. So like if we go best case scenario, this team is a good team like structure. Like a lot of teams over here, like they're just like a lot of talented names, but you don't really know how they're gonna fit. This team you could imagine like deep bringing up the ball, Ahmed Shaban, Marachli on the wings, Mehdi like coming off of screens. Like there's an idea of what they can be, but they all can also suck too. But for this team to be very good, Ahmed Shaban has to take a huge jump. I need at least 12 points.
He's got to be more confident in everything that he does. He's got to be more confident. He's got to get, honestly, with all due respect to him as my friend, he's got to get into the gym and get some shots up because, I mean, they're gonna need more offense out of him.
You'd want him to average at least 12.
Yeah.
I feel
minimum.
like 12 is minimum.
Bare minimum.
Yeah, and like you know, like Khalas, it's time for. Like,
he's good enough. He's got the
time
talent.
to get out of like big bro's shadow. Like that guy's kind of whack anyway.
He
but
is
like,
very whack.
bro, like you're a big bro now, Khalas. So yeah, Ahmed needs to take a big step. Ammar Marachli has had a season I looked where he averaged 9.8, something along those lines, and he hit like 2 threes a game.
I think he's the same thing as Ahmed. As long as he's confident in taking the shots, I've seen him shoot lights out.
Yeah.
I've seen him do it. So I don't doubt that he can. He just gotta be more confident.
And we see him at NJ play getting player of the week like every once in a while, and we see the signature fanny pack that's always on your hip. So like we know that you have, but like Ammar Marachli can also average 10. Deep, we know, is a good handler. He's won a championship before a couple of years ago in MB. I know he's averaged like 10 points before. So like, if everybody plays up to their potential, which they're gonna need, the team could be respectable.
Yeah, I mean they have some guys like Humza S and Deep, like we said, and Yamin could shoot. So
yeah.
So yeah, but as
we
of
also
right now,
don't know anything about Shahzamad. If he's anything like everybody else with the Shahzamad name, he'll be disgusting.
Yeah.
So.
The team could shape up to be something.
Wait, you want to do a record prediction or at the end?
We'll leave it at that. Quick run through. Yeah. All right, so we'll move on to the next team. The third overall pick, the third captain was Ammar Mustafa. This team, you said small.
Ahmad literally was looking at his list and he just exited out everybody that was over 6 feet tall.
Ammar Qasim's not
He
6
was
feet
like,
tall?
no, he is.
Joseph
That's
Capone is not
it.
6
He
feet
was
tall?
like, you know what? Because I was on the phone with them a couple like days before. K9 might be running the 5.
That's what they need right there. That's what they need. K9.
I couldn't believe
At the
it, too.
5.
Because I was sitting next to Ahmad during the draft, and I was like, yo, Ahmad, like, where's Kareem at? He was like, Kareem didn't even want to be part of the draft process because he said, don't even worry about it because I got this season handled. Yes.
I mean, this team is actually, it's good. It's really good. It's really good, but there is like, we're lacking like a true big type of.
I'll give you guys one more thing, too. Kareem's get picked up, right? Dude just signed the contract.
Oh, yeah.
He's signing the rest of his life
Life
away,
is away,
whatever
yeah.
we're going to do.
Gone.
I'm going to say Mabruk. He goes, don't worry, because I'm locked in for the season. I swear.
And it's good to
I swear.
راحت علينا,
He's
bro. We
going
got
for-
no chance.
He's going for 30, bro. But,
But on a real note, he had a trade with Ramzy at the end of the second round, or the beginning of the second round. Let me put it that way. He paired up Amir Charkis and Joseph Capone as his first 2 picks of the draft, which is a great combination, guard backcourt combination.
Probably the best backcourt in the league
for this season.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he adds Ammar Qasim with some height and some what do you call it? IGL
size and everything.
Player
and
coach. Yeah.
Qasim has also played with them before, so he has like some familiarity with them.
And then you add on top of that Ilyas and Muhammad Al-Hindi. Ilyas with the passion and the shooting, and he's improved. He showed improvement season by season. Muhammad Al-Hindi, I expect to take a big jump. He's got to be more confident if he shows up to the games to begin with. But I think he's pure shooter, top 5 in the league.
Yeah.
As a pure shooter.
Yeah.
So if he's confident and he's showing up, he'll have his effect. And then you have Obada, that's passion right there.
That's the only reason Ammar won the chip like 2 years ago.
I got no reservations
Because
there.
I was looking at
I
the
agree.
team and I was like, yo, there's no center. How bad that
Obada.
kid pops up.
He's gonna get a game-winning rebound on the free throw.
حق علي.
Yeah. And then last, and of course not least, Karim and Ahmad S. So
But they'll be clocking in probably like playoff time.
So I mean, I think the theme with the Ammar Mustafa squads are try to get a nice backcourt, and he's right back to that, and they have the passion and they have the talent, honestly, to they are gonna put up points.
No Singer this year.
Yeah.
But so me and Ammar, we were talking about the draft like a couple weeks ago, and we were saying like there's only like 4 real bigs. So if you don't get those 4 real bigs, you're gonna really have to commit to small ball and really get a lot of really good shooters. You have Joe Capone, who's one of the best shooters in the league. You have Muhammad Al-Hindi, who's one of the best shooters in the league. Amir Charkis is one of the best shooters in the league. Qasim can hit the 3-ball. Ilyas can hit the 3-ball. So you have 5 guys at all times that can hit the 3-ball, which is amazing. They kind of are a little bit like my team in a way where like everybody can dribble also. So like you don't need one designated point guard. Like Charkis can bring up the ball, Ilyas can bring up the ball, Capone can bring up the ball, even Qasim can bring up the ball.
Yeah.
Which is nice because like Capone the year before was like essentially like targeted all the time when he was playing with I believe Ramzy's team. Like he was like the main ball handler, and people would double him on everything.
Yes.
And he's also coming back from injury, so he's probably coming revenge tour. So this team could obviously suffer if they played like a Mana or a Musa or something. It could get to them on the boards, but they could also outscore everybody. So no, they'll be a solid team.
They're gonna be a top 3 scoring team.
And you got Ahmad plus Coach Capone on the sidelines coaching.
Oh, forgot about that. This team is tough. This team is really tough. I like this team. I think they'll be a top 4 team.
Yeah,
as well.
They're very solid.
All right, we can move on to the next team. Muhammad Yanis, captain,
25.
and Al-Iskandariya is back.
So, shocker, he drafted Yahya and Hobby. Couldn't believe that one. Karim Al-Tayyibi also drafted. Shocker again. Who else is
I mean,
there?
I guess the changes are Ilyas Shahsaman, Ahmed Kabar, and Saif
Abdullah is the one that sticks out on the team.
Yes.
He's a rookie. Most of us have only seen 20 to 30 minutes of him play, and they took him in the second round. So that's going to be like Musa's running mate, kind of, on top of like obviously the Yanis brothers and Ilyas. Ilyas also is one of those guys where you don't really know what Ilyas you're getting. Like one season with Weiss, you could get like 20 points, and then one season you get like 8 points.
8 points, yeah.
So like if Ilyas is like the Ilyas that we are giving him like the benefit of the doubt for, and he's a very good Ilyas, this team could be really, really good because they got a lot of size. Like Musa's like 6'3", Saif is like 6'3", and Ilyas is like a very big 6'2".
And he could dunk on a 13-foot rim.
And then Hobby and Yahya are like the most physical,
passionate,
5'9", passionate guards
players,
that you're gonna play. So if you have the core of the Yanis's, you're gonna be good because they play defense, and then Musa's gonna keep you in the game with offense. So if Saif does what they expect him to do, I'm assuming they expect Saif to be like he can dribble, hybrid type, like I don't want to say JoJo type because like that's what he kind of reminds me of. But like if he's like a 6'2" guy that can shoot threes and dribble, he'd be a nice compliment to Musa. Yeah, I think they're gonna be a solid team. Like,
I mean, you can't go wrong with that core. They've been a top team for like the last
years,
3, 4, 5 seasons, whatever it is.
They won the chip like 2 years ago.
So
Musa won the chip last year. Like,
can't go wrong. They're definitely going to be one of the better teams. They're going to be. It's like you see them on the schedule for next week, and you're like, all right, we have a tough game. We're going to have to fight.
Yeah.
So they'll be one of the better teams in the league. But I mean, same team.
Kabar is him.
He is him, honestly.
Like
that was a great pick.
Last season, he had a run where he had like a 8-0 run by himself.
Remember what round he took him? 6?
6 or 7. Yeah, 6 I think.
Yeah.
No, yeah. The Yanis's have a solid team as usual because when you have the core, you're going to be good. You're going to play defense, and when you play defense, you're always in games. That's why my team loses sometimes because I don't play defense.
Next team. Ahmad Saleh as captain. First pick, he takes Hassan Shaban. Second pick, he takes Omar Singer. So the backcourt is there. They have a backcourt. But honestly...
And to be fair to Singer, he is used to playing with like he's played with Shazay before, so he was wasn't the guy in that scenario. He played with Capone before, so he wasn't.
So
he's used to playing
people,
second guard.
People,
you know what I mean?
people like to say that Singer is give me the ball.
A little bit of a ball stopper.
Yeah. But he's not. I mean, in my recent memory, my first thing that comes to mind is the first draft season when he was with Lagos. He deferred to 3 different guys. So I think there will be no problem there with
good
with
defensive
Hassan and
backcourt.
Singer. Yeah.
Like Hassan and Singer both are willing to play. Well, Singer is willing to play defense. Hassan, inshallah. But when Hassan wants to play defense, he's one of the best defenders in the league.
Does he have a DPOI? If not, he was top 3.
It's written on his wall, but he didn't actually get the.
Yeah. So and then they have Ra'id Saleh, Ahmad Saleh, and Idris. So they also have in Idris and Ahmad they have some shooting. It's just it's gonna be through a lot of it is gonna be through Hassan and Ammar.
Yeah. And when you play with Hassan and Ammar, who are 2 guys that like to dribble the ball a lot, you're gonna have to buy in. So Ahmad and Idris and all of them, maybe they might not get as many touches as they want. They might only get 3 threes per game or something, 4 3. You don't know what you're gonna get, but you're gonna have to buy in if you're gonna play with Hassan and Singer because they essentially kind of have a little bit of the same style of game where they're gonna penetrate and kick.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a lot of standing around also. So.
Bro, I mean, when I versus team, I promise, because I know Hassan's gonna be the one with the ball more than anyone. I promise, all I'm gonna think is watch Singer on the cuts. Just watch him in the back door, because with Hassan penetrating, Singer's gonna be slashing, and it's gonna be annoying for other teams to deal with.
But highlighting what Ammar said, Ahmad Salah has had a couple inconsistent seasons the last couple of years where he hasn't been hitting the 3 ball. He's gonna be pivotal for the team to be good.
Yeah.
Because if he's not hitting 3s, that means Singer and Hassan are getting doubled on every drive. Same with Sheikh Idris too. Sheikh Idris last season I think had maybe his worst year 3-point percentage wise.
Yeah.
I know he was a little bit hurt, so we're gonna cut him some slack, and I also don't want him to make the eye on me. But I've been seeing him. I saw him play a couple weeks ago, and he told me he's feeling better. He told me his back's feeling better, and he's been hitting shots. And I mean, Sheikh Idris has been doing this since Zaman, back in the days.
Yeah.
So I don't really have any a worry about Sheikh Idris. He'll be ready. And Sheikh Idris plays defense too.
He does.
So
he's passionate on defense.
You guys got a lot of defenders.
He's passionate on defense. Yeah. I mean, they'll be. I mean, I feel like every team Hassan plays on is gonna somehow, some way, the defense is
they're gonna be good.
Yeah.
Hassan's on the team.
Yeah.
And Ra'id had, was it last season where he played with Mana, or that was the season before? 2 seasons ago when he played with Mana and he won that most improved player, and he was averaging 11, 12 points, and he was being a monster on the board. They're gonna need that because he's essentially their sole paint presence.
Yeah. In the starting
and
5.
he's gonna have to guard all the bigs, and he's gonna have to get as many offensive rebounds as possible to be able to kick out to those shooters. So they're gonna need They're gonna need every single one of those guys in that starting 5 to play very, very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next team. Mustafa Barakat is captain. He started off with Shahzaib and Amir Koyas.
So
as his
Mustafa
main
wanted
2.
to call this team Passion FC, and then he took
That's what he
Shahzaib.
wants every season.
Then he took Shahzaib first pick.
Yeah.
So that's negative passion right there, right away.
No dog.
You already got 0 passion.
No, but this team is good. This team is well rounded. Only issues,
They're a little on the smaller side.
A little on the small side, but if we
lot of
compare
other
them,
teams
yeah.
are.
So if we compare them to Ammar Mustafa's team or Ahmad Saleh's team, like we just mentioned, they're bigger than them. With Omar Hawel Gob and Amir Koyas, immediately they're bigger than them.
And I also just got snapped about 10 minutes ago. Moose is doing cardio, which means he might. He told me he might be actually playing about 30 minutes this season.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Nothing you can,
I saw a picture of
tell
him
me.
on the Stairmaster and on the treadmill.
Nothing you could tell me or show me will, unless I see it for 5 games straight. He's playing 20 plus minutes. But I mean, they have solid players. Shahzaib is gonna come out, shoot the lights out the gym. Raza's gonna, push the pace as usual and give passion defensively too.
Raza's been hooping in this 3-month span. Me and Ahmad play NJ play. We see him every week.
Yeah.
I go to parks around the area. He's there.
His mid range has been.
Raza's been everywhere.
Yeah.
He told me he's he's starting to feel like MVP Raza from years
Back in
ago.
the day.
So if they could get that Raza with Shahzaib, that's a very cool pairing. And if Kareem Ahmed, he always shows you glimpses of what he was, and if Kareem Ahmed can be what Kareem Ahmed is, he can hit consistent 3-ball at times. It's a good guard combo. But it's 3 guards, 1 ball, so they're gonna have to figure it out.
I think it's pretty obvious though. Raza does well with with deferring and understanding who needs the ball when. So I'm not worried there. Kareem, I would be a little worried there. Kareem likes to handle the ball and take it himself.
Kareem and Shazay played together before. And they're boys.
Okay, so that's good. That's good.
That's cool.
But I think they definitely need to play around Shazay. Shazay needs to be the centerpiece. And even if Shazay's not playing like he's the centerpiece, I would, say I was Kareem Ahmed, say I was Raza, I would tell him, you get the ball and you work, and we'll play off of you, type of thing.
I think Kareem Ahmed makes or breaks this team. Like, Kareem Ahmed, if he plays really... First of all, they're going to need Kareem Ahmed shooting really, really badly.
Yeah.
Because if the lineup is like Moose, Ammar S, Raza, Amir Koyes, and like Kareem Ahmed's the only one that can shoot threes on that team.
Yeah.
So Kareem Ahmed's going to have to be ready to shoot. Kareem Ahmed's going to be like, have to be aggressive, and he's going to have to like somewhat command the offense too when Shazay's not in. Like, Kareem Ahmed's going to be the most important player on the team in my opinion.
Yeah. I could see it. I could see it for sure. And honestly...
Yeah,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was about to shout out my boy Dean Mustafa.
That honestly, wallahi, I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say great pickup with Dean Mustafa. Like, I know he didn't come to the showcase, so captains might not really have known about him. But when I filled out that exemption list and I sent you guys that form, Dean Mustafa, when I say rebounding, bro, he's gonna make you fight. I don't care if it's Ammar Mana. He's gonna fight. He's gonna make him fight for that.
And
rebound.
he might be the strongest pound for pound human in the whole league.
Yeah. So Dean Mustafa was great for this team, especially since we said they're on the smaller side. So rebounding, he'll help a lot. He'll help,
shout out
off
rookie
the bench.
Yusuf Masada too.
Hell yeah. So this team will be good. This team will be good as well. Well rounded, and they've played with each other. They're veterans in the league, so they'll be good inshallah. All right, 7th, Aadil Yusuf.
Aadil and
I
Farhad.
haven't looked at this. Oh, that was
Nice front
the
court.
combo, yeah. The
And
front court
Aadil and
was sick.
Farhad have played together before on the team that Ammar won the
championship,
a couple years ago. Raj Patel, great shooter.
Yes.
We played him in the playoffs last year. He had like 4 or 5 threes on us.
Hamad Zabi.
Hamad Zabi also very, very solid. He showed us flashes, I think, 2 years ago. Last year, it was obviously a little bit harder for him to have the ball because Ty Jackson was on the team.
Yeah.
But I expect him
he was still
to
getting 10
be
to 12
good.
points.
And he's a very good defender.
Yeah, good defender, passionate defender. He's pretty long, so he could grab some boards. Ali Maheen.
Obviously,
rookie.
Yeah, they got DPOY. Hamad Al-Thani.
Oh my God! How do teams keep getting away with this?
Farhad and DPOY.
How do they keep getting away with this?
Well,
Yeah.
crazy.
All right, so basically you don't drive on this team because you have Farhad right there and you have.
Then Aadil will probably
really
stone
right
cold stunner you if you try it. Anyway.
Oh, they're gonna run that triangle defense.
But Ali Maheen, I know him from like outside of MB. Is like a very talented rookie. Like he's tall, he can dribble, he can shoot. So like Ali Maheen, I think is gonna play a very big part in this team.
This team is pretty deep, honestly.
Muntasir Saleh also MB vet that can hit the 3-ball.
Yeah.
He hit it in the showcase a little bit, and like me and Ahmad probably remember when he used to play, he used to hit threes too. They have like nice balance.
And they got rookie Mashhur Hassan, who's solid. He's very solid. He'll play defense. He'll
Passion.
listen. Yeah, he'll listen to like experience, and he'll hit the mid range and he'll finish around the basket. So
This team really, everybody's got to buy into their role for real. Like,
yeah,
because like you don't want it to be like a one-on-one game where everybody's like, oh, I haven't gotten a shot yet, so I want to shoot. You don't really want that. If everybody works as a team collectively and you like run the offense through Farhad and Adil's cutting and Raj and Monty are on the wings or Ali Maheen is on the wings, like this could be a really, really hard team to stop, because if you let Farhad play one-on-one, he's going to kill whoever's in front of him. And then if you guys want to double Farhad, Raj Patel, amazing shooter, Ali Maheen, shooter, Muntasir Saleh, shooter, and Aadil is like up there with the most passionate in the whole league. Like,
yeah.
Aadil's fighting for every rebound, Aadil's
Flopping.
doing every single cut, flopping. Like anything you could think of, Aadil's gonna pick you up full court. Like, and Mido, same thing. Mido's gonna play very, very good defense, and Mido can hit shots too. So like, they're a very talented team, but it's on them to really buy into their role. That's what it is about the draft season in general too. Like,
a lot of these teams are like that.
You're not
a
making.
lot of these teams are like
You're not making your team. You're not playing with your friends. You're not used to playing with these guys. So like, everybody's gonna have to sacrifice in order for the team to be amazing. Not everybody's gonna get theirs.
But this team is, I honestly really like this team. Like what you just said was perfect, so I don't really got much more to say there. It's just, I love the way they're built through Farhad, and just you have Aadil, like you just said, Aadil slashing, Raj on the 3, Ali Maheen help. It's a great team.
I think it's on Aadil and Mohamed Zubi, both of them, because I know both of them are younger. Both of them want to prove themselves to the league, and both of them want to average big numbers. But you getting 20 and 20 and losing is not as important as you getting 15 and 10 and winning and having
Even less
Whatever.
than that. Once you find out what works, you roll with it. Even if it's 5-5.
And everybody like says like, oh, Farhad, like, you know, like Khalas, the offense is gonna go through him, like nobody's gonna get the ball. Like Farhad, when he played with Ammar and Hassan that year, flowed in the offense perfectly. He hit the spot up threes, played amazing defense. So like all you guys have to do is like really like just show him that you guys know how to play basketball.
About to say, I think you guys just gotta prove that you guys know what you're doing to him.
Exactly.
You prove that you know what you're doing to him, and he's gonna be on board with whatever you guys want him to do.
But talented starting five. Very talented.
Very talented.
Very talented starting five.
This will be a great team.
Yeah.
All right, next team is Humza S, rookie captain. Well, not really. Last season he was captain. Rookie draft captain.
Yeah.
How do we feel about this team? Ali Hassan was the first pick.
Ali Hassan's a bucket. We haven't seen him play in a year. We know that he's like coming off like I don't know what it is, but he tore something, Achilles or knee or something. And he also told me he got eye surgery. He could also have been lying because he wanted to be a little bit farther in the draft, because like I don't know what eye surgery does to you, but like if that's like
it makes him see better.
Like if that's like you getting like
it's a plus.
If that's like you not LASIK or some whatever it's called,
LASIK. Yeah.
If that's not actually considered surgery, like you're just capping. But yeah, Ali Hassan, like if we expect the Ali Hassan that we usually get, he's gonna be one of the best guards in the league. He's gonna average 20 points. And from what it looks like, from what I'm reading, he's going to really, really need to average the 20 points because there's not that much scoring on this team.
This kind of reminds me of Joe Capone and JoJo from two seasons ago. You have that starting solid piece that you know will score and get his, but then you have JoJo as the number 2. And JoJo, just for some reason, struggles to step into that.
He's up and down.
Yeah,
it's
like he'll have 2 or 3 games where he'll step up into that position that you expect him to, and then he goes right back to
one game. He'll have 26, and when you look at him, and he's like 6'3", and he's like ripped and everything, and you're like, oh, this guy's gonna be a monster every single game because he can jump out the gym. And then there's also other games where he kind of like disappears a little, and you don't really see him. So the ball's kind of in his court. Like he's gonna have to be very, very good this season for this team to elevate. They have really nice like surrounding pieces, like Khalid Sahwal, probably the best like 3-and-D player in the whole league, or one of them. Passes, very good, very smart, very good on defense, hits every single clutch 3 that he ever takes because he sent me home last season.
So that's me too.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but he's good. Obviously, you got Commissioner Jaime, so you're going to be getting a lot of screens, a lot of passing.
Maybe that's good for JoJo.
Maybe Jaime could get him some passion, yeah.
No, I don't know about that, actually. But, yeah, and then you have Hussam with some size. I mean, this team is also kind of lacking some, like,
they don't have
size.
a true center.
Yeah, pure size.
But a lot of pressure is going to be on Ali and JoJo, bro. That's it. And Humza can hit the 3. I am assuming last season, because he was playing with, like, all of his boys, and they were like, oh, you're very talented, he kind of took a back seat. He's going to have to, like, shoot a lot more this season because I've seen him hit shots. So, like, he's going to have to hit, like, a couple shots. They need offense. This team is lacking offense.
You know what? You know what I'm seeing in this team? I'm seeing in this team that they have a little bit of everything. They have a little bit of size. They have a little bit of offense. They have a little bit, like, they have players specific to that. So they have Ali Hassan, who's specific to offense. You have Hussam, who's specific to size. You have Khalid, who's specific to defense, or Jaime, that's specific to defense. You have a little bit of everything. They just need to all work together to where on every aspect of it, the chemistry is at 100. To where you have this person as the leader. So you have Khalid as the leader on defense. You have Ali, who's the leader on offense. That brings everyone together to elevate.
Like if Ali's giving you 20 points, you need Humza, Khalid, JoJo, all these guys, at least I need 10 to 12 points from each one. Like that type of thing.
And they could do it.
So,
they could do it.
Yeah.
So that's that team. I think they'll be a middle of the pack team for now. All right, moving on. Shafic. What's funny? Shafic Haitani.
First rounder himself.
Shafic Haitani, drafted the best first round pick.
Bro, I can't believe he didn't go 1. Shafiq
he should have, honestly. Shafic Haitani. The way he plays in the 1v1s.
That's what I'm saying. He's never lost 1-on-1.
Never lost.
You know, LeVar Ball never lost. He's a monster 1-on-1. And he told me he's been perfecting the cross left to right instead of right to left.
Oh.
If he adds that to the bag, call the season over.
That'd be hilarious. If he gets Hassan on, he pulls the left or right, he catches him, that'll be hilarious.
Yeah,
but, yeah, so Shafiq's the first pick. And you have Ali Sufyan.
Ali Sufyan was the second pick.
Yep.
It's going to be a pretty cool combo to watch.
Yeah.
And Shafiq and Ali know each other a little bit outside of MB, so like they've played a couple times together, which is nice.
And then he got Jake, who could score.
Yeah, who could also just not show up for like 3 weeks because
That's
of his
true.
job too.
And then honestly, he got Modayan, good shooter, great shooter, got some passion. Hey,
Almost
he'll
worst
drop,
nightmare.
yeah, he'll drop 36 points on me. And then you have honestly, you got Ali Omari. It was pretty good value.
Ali Omari was a steal.
Yeah, it was a
I was
value.
gonna get him, and then I didn't have the pick in that round, so then I couldn't get him. And then by the time he came back, I couldn't get him anymore. But yeah, he's a steal. Like for those 4 weeks that he was playing with me, with us last season, he was like one of the most important players on our team. Plays amazing defense, knows how to settle the ball down, like has a very, very nice mid-range.
He could be clutch,
he just
too.
knows how to play basketball, and I think it's gonna be very important on this team.
Yeah.
Because other than Shafic, I don't see anybody that really wants to handle the basketball. So Ali might be the second guy that calms the offense down when Shafic comes out.
They also got rookie Adam Dawood,
Who has a lot of potential.
Yes. So this team could be pretty deep, honestly. Like they have
Mohanna
solid
too.
pieces. Yeah. So they got that
Big
size off the
team.
bench. Yeah. So and thought excited, honestly. So the value is there. It's pretty deep. Like everyone's played basketball. Like so they're not gonna be a pushover. I will say like a little like kind of joking, kind of not. Shafiq has to defer, bro. He just can't accept that. On the first pick, I'm gonna be the one that controls this team. No. He has to get someone like Jake, so that he could defer, so he could just take like 5 plays off. Here, Jake.
So like, yeah, kind of
He
what I'm
has to.
saying. This team on paper right now, from what I'm seeing, the offense they could struggle, not because they're not that talented, but because like Jake and Ali Sufyan kind of score from the same areas a little bit. So like I don't know how they're gonna like share.
I honestly don't like that combo of Jake and Ali Sufyan.
Like because based off of last season, Jake was playing with the Abdul Ghanis, and he was like a center, and he was essentially posting up. Ali Sufyan does all his work out of like the mid post also.
Yeah.
So you don't want 2 guys sitting on the block because that's gonna be way too easy for people to guard Shafiq. So then this is gonna put a lot of pressure on Modayan, and then on top of that, Ali Omari also likes the mid range from inside there, where it's like that's his space also. So like they're gonna have to figure out where they're standing. They're gonna have to figure out spatial awareness. Maybe Adam Dawood comes up huge and hits a bunch of shots as a rookie. But yeah, like they're gonna have to figure out like where everybody's gonna stand. Everybody's niche,
like you said, Ali Omari is gonna do great in calming everyone down, and I think he's gonna do great in deferring. Like he's not really a scorer.
Oh yeah.
He's not really a scorer, so he'll do great. But I think it's gonna be him that's gonna coach his team into saying, "Yo, Jake, relax. Let's get it to Ali Sufyan here," because Ali Sufyan is. Like easily, like Jake is
one
good.
of the
Jake
best
is good.
offensive players in the league.
I'd put Ali Sufyan. I would say Ali Sufyan is definitely better than Jake in that little mid area.
One of the best offensive players in the league.
So because honestly, Jake is gonna be the give me the ball. I'm gonna take it this play.
Yeah.
But honestly, Ali Sufyan could go like 15 plays without touching the ball with Jake there. That's why I'm saying I don't like that combo. So if you have someone like Ali Omari there to control it and say, "Yo, Jake, relax, bro. We have another great player. Relax, give it to
I
him."
also hope like this doesn't cause Shafiq to like want to play point guard so much to the point where like he's not looking for his shot at all.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, well, I got to get him some touches. I have to get him some touches. But this is also on them. Like Jake and Ali, you don't necessarily have to shoot the ball every time you get it in the mid post. You could just use the mid post as a chance to create for like a Shafiq cut or a Modayan 3. Like, yeah, they're gonna have to utilize it.
That's it. I just it all came to me, bro. That's it. Shafiq, listen to me. Shafiq, you're bringing up the ball. You're running the pick and roll with Jake literally every play. All right? The pick and roll happens. You could shoot. You know how pick and roll works. You have Ali Sufyan at the elbow, giving space in the paint. So if Jake is open down there, you got it to him, no problem. You have Ali Sufyan on the elbow because he'll hit that mid range if he's open there, and you give it to him. And then you have Modayan on the other 3. Wow, the spacing is perfect.
They could do it
The
as long as
aggression is
what you guys
perfect.
did. What Ammar said before, though, no holding the ball. We gotta move it a little.
Once you see a pass to Jake at the 3, it's over. The play is dead. That's it. They lost. They lost the play.
But it's kind of like we said before when we were talking about, I think, Aadil's team. Like, this isn't everybody's first choice team. This is a draft season. Everybody's getting to know each other.
Yeah.
You're not going to have your typical role. You're going to have to sacrifice a little bit. So if everybody sacrifices, the team does have a bunch of size. Like, Ali and Jake are both
Ali,
about
Jake,
6'2",
Ali,
6'3".
Muhammad.
Ali Omari is a monster. Muhammad's also a monster. And Adam is not small either. Like, he's not that big, but like he's not a little guy.
Yeah.
So like they're very manageable size wise. Like they can defend anybody in the league size wise. So yeah, like they'll be okay. They'll be all right on defense. I think the offense are gonna have to figure it out.
I see the vision. I see the vision. I see what Shafiq was seeing.
But it's
No,
gonna
good job.
like the highlights are gonna be Shafiq and Ali Sufyan, like the 2 best players.
They have to be.
They have to like show up
Yeah.
big time.
So this team, I'll also say for now, even though that offense right there that I just explained would
Maybe
be number
like
one in the league, if you guys
middle of the pack.
execute, I just doubt you guys will. So yeah, this is gonna be a middle of the pack team as well.
Okay.
All right, next the number one team.
You want to
Ramzy
talk about?
Saleh.
You want to talk about some mid?
First and best pick of the draft.
Ramzy Saleh took Ammar Abbasi first round. Not bad.
Come on, come on, bro.
Are we
Come on,
serious?
bro. Back to back, 20 points per game,
Listen,
40% from the three. Like, come on, bro. What
I
more do you want?
understand he's family.
Like, come on.
Okay, I understand he's commissioner of the league, so you want good standing with the league, so you could be captain next year. I understand he was wearing Palestinian keffiyeh, so you don't want disrespect. أنا بفهم. But we're being serious now.
Very serious. Where? Just explain to me. Where are the flaws on this team? Where do you see them? I don't see any.
All right.
I don't see any
In
flaws.
full honesty, this is the only thing I'm scared
We have
about
the
on this
defense.
team that I talked about with Ammar. I'm not scared about any defense. Any team with the Abbasis, you're going to play defense. Any team with the Abbasi, also your offense, that's what it is. Last season, their team was banging on defense, but you're barely scoring 41 to 40, you're winning games.
Positive
So,
record.
The only two guys that are shooters on this team okay. Ammar, so this is my point right here. I don't see a true ball handler on the team. Right now, from what I'm told, Islam Abbasi is going to bring up the ball. Inshallah, Islam Abbasi shows up to 5 games. Inshallah. He's laughing because he knows I'm saying the truth.
No,
So-
not true. Not true.
What is this going to cause? This is going to cause Ammar Abbasi to bring up the ball. If Ammar Abbasi brings up the ball, this team is going to suck. Because then you're losing out on your first round pick's best talent, which is shooting and making defense worry about Ammar Abbasi. That is my only issue with this team. If they promise that they're going to set off ball screens for Ammar and keep the defense on their toes, they'll be okay. I'm not super high on the Muhannadib, like Fursan, Islam. Like a lot of you guys all kind of want to work in the same areas like Shafiq's team, so the spacing is going to have to figure itself out. But yeah, the Ammar Abbasi thing, him bringing up the ball, don't do it, please.
Look, I agree, and that's why that won't happen. All right. I'm not wahad. I'm not stupid. Okay. I understand where my strengths are. But honestly, I just look at the team, and the only like real flaw that I'll see is if like the last little point that he mentioned that he highlighted, which was people being in the same area, people wanting the ball. Like it's a mentality thing. It's all gonna be pure mentality. So if we're all on board. We're all on board. We have the shooter. We have me and Malik Zarbi.
Also, Mag Zubi has to be amazing this year. Mag Zubi can't be subbed out for more than like 5 minutes.
He'll be. We'll get him right. We'll get him right.
I need some real passion for
We'll
Mag
get him
Zubi.
right. We'll get him right. You have the size and the defense in Muhannad and the Nums, Muhammad Zubaidi. Zubaidi. I don't know how to say it.
Mustafa's evil twin.
Yes. You have the size and the defense there. And you're gonna have the defense and the guards, and you're gonna have the IQ and the passing in Islam. So like, I really don't see like a real weakness other than just the mentality. As long as we're working together, I think we'll be a great team. Maybe the talent isn't the best in the world, so we might not just like say a team is just more talented and working cohesively. Maybe we lose. I don't know, but I love the team the way this team is built. I really do.
I already went over it. They'll be in games because they play defense, but the offense,
That's
they're
all
gonna
that
just
matters.
have to figure
That's
themselves
all
out.
that
That's all.
matters. The offense will
There's-
come. The offense will come. The defense is all that matters.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have said that because now you guys know what all that matters. But whatever. Next team, Salman Ilyas. We said I think
This is the biggest team in the league.
yeah.
Because Salman and Khalid are probably the 2 biggest guys in the league, and they're on the same team. So, if you want to beat this team, you're gonna have to run. You're gonna have to play fast break.
They're both slow bigs technically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna want to run on them, or you want to get them outside of you want to get a lot of switches. But in a half-court setting, if Salman and Khalid are just standing up like this, like they're gonna be pretty tough on defensively. They're a pretty good team. So the question mark on this team is Anazubi, Jay Mustafa. Those are his first 2 picks, the
Yeah.
first round, second round picks.
Yeah.
These are 2 guys. Anazubi hasn't played in like 2 or 3 seasons. Obviously, we know Anazubi from like years ago where he led the league in scoring and he's averaging 23, 24 points. But we haven't seen that Anazubi since me and Ahmad had no beard.
Yep.
So we don't know if that's going to show up. He looks really good in the showcase. He looks like he's in shape. He was hitting threes from the logo. He told me his knees feel good, and inshallah everything turns out well. Because if it does, and Azubi is one of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
But we don't know that.
Hands down. Look. Let me put it this way, just on the NSZRB point. I really, offensively, in terms of pure scoring, I'm not talking about passing ability or anything. Honestly, bar for bar, Luka Doncic.
Like he's played high school basketball.
Bar.
He's a very experienced basketball player. Kind of gives me a little bit of an Ammar Charkis vibe, a little bit, not a
I
lot,
see
but
it.
in the same concept, Yanni. Like straight like flamethrower on offense.
Yes.
He could get very, very hot.
Yeah.
But to also Ammar Charkis kind of does this too sometimes. You could have a game of 30 and a game of 6. I don't know if this team can handle an Azubi 6-point game because I don't know how much offense there's going to be. But Jihad Mustafa, so we saw him last season, but we didn't see him in the role that he's going to be this season. Last season he had Corey and he had Keon, and he was like the third option, and he was kind of feeding off of like Corey giving him a bunch of open shots. Still very, very hard to do the 40-point triple-double that he did.
Yeah.
A guy like me never even touched 40. I understand. But he's going to have like a lot of people like pinned on him this year. So like he's going to get probably the best defender or the second best defender on the team every year.
Every game.
So yeah, like it's going to be question for him on offense.
Overall, though, I kind of like what Salman did, because, like, yeah, we just said we highlighted the bigs, would be maybe a little slow, but then he went and got 2 rookies, Mohamed Asaf and Khalid Musbih. I haven't really seen Mohamed Asaf in, like, a men's league level at all. I've seen Khalid Musbih, though. He's a hustler. He's a
Lot of
hustler, he's
energy.
athletic, he could score. He's honestly, like, the only thing that would have held, like, I'll be honest, my team, we were really considering him in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Right before Salman, actually, we were really considering Khalid. The only reservation was that he's a rookie. Like, you don't know. Like, when someone goes from the high school level, especially the high school level that he was playing at, to MB, it's like
Completely different animal.
Yeah, it's 2 different things. So we're not really sure how it's gonna be.
What I also like, yeah, go.
So I just think he did well in getting the energy from these younger kids, to complement maybe the laziness or the slowness of Khalid and Anas and yeah. So
What I also like about this team is like how we were talking before, like about Ammar and Shafiq's team. Like they're gonna have to buy into their roles. Nobody really has to buy into their roles. Like they're a pretty good team. They already know what they're gonna do. Like Salman and Khalid, they're gonna be the bigs. Khalid's gonna hit a couple shots, maybe a couple dump offs, and they know Azubi is kind of like the guy with Jay Mustafa. Like there's not too much like role. Like there's not too much egos that you have to deal with here. Like everybody kind of knows what they need to do, and I think like it's a well constructed team. Khalid Musbih is gonna be huge, like Ammar said, because I think like him and Jay's also an amazing defender. They're gonna buy in on like I think it's a nice like little chemistry like combination. Like Jihad and Khalid can play really, really, really good defense, force them into the bigs, and then after that you got NS and all of them on offense. Like I think it's a nice combo. And isn't Ahmad S the other huge guy from the showcase?
yeah, he's tall.
So they got another guy that's like 6'4" coming off the bench
but
too.
he's a rookie and he's very inexperienced.
Yeah, but just size completely. If you just go like this, you still have like a factor.
I don't think he'll impact that.
And they
much, but
stole Humza S.
They did.
So like if Humza S gets hot and gives you 2 to 3 threes like every other game,
That's just another player to worry
fire.
about offensively. Yeah.
So
and he could hit threes. So yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how Azubi and Jay Mustafa play. Those are like the stars of the team. I do think Khalid Zaha will average over double digits just because of pure size. But
I think he has to play. I know he, like, from what I remember, he plays kind of on the perimeter. I think he should. I think he needs to. I think he needs to buy into him being big.
like if based off of just Azubi dump off, he could get 6 points.
Seriously, really.
And then Salman knows his role. Like I think this team's gonna be solid.
The only real issue
Like-
I'd say with this team is just playmaking.
Yeah.
And it's gonna have to go through Jay.
I
at that
think
point.
they'd end up close to the 500 around there.
Yeah, I'd say they're a middle of the pack team, potentially a little above 500. Potentially.
Unless Jay is like still gonna average 20, being the number 1 or number
Yeah.
2 guy. That'd be nice.
And last but definitely not least, Zubair Peperdi's team,
Which a lot of people are saying are on paper is the best
the
team
best
in the
team,
league
and I see it
because
definitely
they got Zayn and Mahrou's top 2
see it.
picks.
Zayn Mahrouz,
Now,
which is
whoever let Zayn, all of you
it's the second
captains,
round.
Kilkun Hamir.
Relax.
Okay, in Arabic that means Hamir means not smart. Okay, you guys let Zayn Abidin drop to the second round.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
Dude's been a
honestly.
top 5 player in MB for like 8 years. When I first played MB at 16 years old, I was terrified of him because he was tall and he used to yell at people. And we're gonna say, how did he drop the second round?
Had we known, had my team known, had Ramzy known Zayn was gonna drop there, we wouldn't have done that trade with Ammar. We would have kept that second round pick and paired me up with it.
And after that, you team up Zayn with Mahrouz.
Yeah, so it's between Farhad and Aadil and those two right there to be the best.
You guys know what this means? This means Mahrouz doesn't have to be big man. This means he gets to play point guard.
Yeah, he gets yeah.
So now Mahrouz is happy. Zayn's got mad space. And then after that, you got Ammar Hussein. This kind of reminds me of that Salman team from like 2 years ago. I don't know if you're the one that told me that. But the one that had like Farhad, Ammar Qasim, Ammar Hussein, Wajdi, and like Amir Koyas, and like a lot of talent. This team reminds me of that because you got Muayyad, Ammar Hussein, Zayn, and Mahrouz. Those are 4 guys that have averaged over 15 points a game in the league.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of points. That's also a lot of talent. And it's nice because Muayyad's coming off of like an injury and he doesn't have to be the guy. So like if people put their 4th or 5th best defender on Muayyad, he's gonna fry them and get to the basket. Zayn and Muayyad know each other, like they've played with each other a couple of times, which is nice. I'm sure Mahrouz and Zayn are gonna have the connection. And if Ammar Hussein is hitting shots like how he usually hits shots, the team is gonna be fire. And you got Zubair who hits shots too, so you can't really leave him open.
Yeah, wow. They have a this team is really good.
I would question on defense. I don't know how the guards match up on defense. Like, I don't know if Muayyad really wants to play defense post surgery
Injuries,
like that.
Yeah.
Like, Zayn is kind of world renowned for like actually just playing help and not actually guarding your guy. Mahrouz be playing passionate, but like I don't know if he's gonna want to guard like whatever it is, Hassan or Ahmad Abbasi or whoever that is.
I'm down.
Like it's just gonna be a lot on him, but like, and they still got Ahmad S coming off the bench.
So like passion big. I mean, he'll play defense.
Yeah, and then they got Mohamed Saleh, also huge.
Huge, humongous.
And Bassett looked like a smart player in the showcase. He was playing point guard, like passing it around. So like, they look like a very solid team.
Well-rounded, deep. Honestly, I'd say like the only knock on them is kind of the same thing I would knock my team with is there's only one ball, in the mentality thing. So like as long as they work together. So this is like that team that I was talking about. Like if they were a more talented team that was as cohesive or more cohesive, they'll be.
And this also, the cool thing about it is Zayn can dribble. So like Zayn can start the fast break. Like Zayn could take the ball off the rim and dribble, and you could get Muayyad and Mahrouz going. And it kind of reminds me of Zayn played like a couple years ago with like Koyas and he was playing with Koyas and someone else that was good. Well, I forgot. But Zayn would take the ball. That was his MVP season. Zayn was averaging like 25 and 5. Zayn would just take the ball off. Koyas would run. The other one would run, and he'd just go. I don't remember. But he would just go, and he'd just kick it out to them, and they like Mahrouz is one of the best finishers in the league. Muayyad's one of the best finishers in the league, and Ammar Hussein is like a very good shooter. Yeah. So shout out Zubair for first captaincy ever, rookie captain.
Was amazing
on
job. The phone.
Amazing
this
job.
This dude was on the phone.
I got a call from him
on the clock.
Yeah. I got a call from him 11:45 p.m. Yo, who you taking? I was like, right now I'm picking which pillow I'm gonna sleep on, so I don't know why you're calling me.
He's in the war room, bro. Zubair was in the war room for real. MashaAllah, man. Zubair, good job.
Amazing job.
Yeah, good job for real.
Like, inshallah, everybody shows up all the time because we know Zayn has a track record of vacationing a lot.
Yeah.
We know Muayyad's a little bit of a gapper that doesn't show up sometimes. But inshallah, if the whole team shows up always, this is a good, very good team.
We're talking top 2.
Like if you get the Ammar Hussein from 2 years ago, or 2 draft seasons ago, where he was dropping like 20 a game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a problem.
All right, we could go through the records, the quick records, and of each team.
Okay.
So back to top, Towfeek. I'll say you guys
7-3,
6-4. I would say 7-3. Yeah, 7-3. I like 7-3. Yamin Faraj.
3-7.
I'll say 2-8 or 1-9.
We'll just do 3-7 because it's Eid and we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
I don't care. Ammar Mustafa.
6-4.
Yeah, I like 6-4. I like 6-4. Ahmad Yanis.
6-4.
Not 7-3.
Nah, screw you guys. 6-4.
All right. Next, Ahmad Saleh.
There you go. 5-5.
3-7.
4-6.
3-7.
We'll call it 4-6.
3-7. Mustafa Barakat.
This team is actually really hard to predict. I have no clue. I want to go lean towards 5-5.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the 5-5.
It's kind of hard to predict. Like every team is gonna be close to 500 because like you don't really know like any. Like I'm gonna say 5-5.
I changed my mind. 4-6.
Lose under 500, you
4 and
suck.
6. Aadil Yusuf.
Either 5-5 or 6-4. 5-5 because Farhad's gonna miss games.
But you can't.
Certain guys that have the track record that you know they're gonna miss. I go 5-5.
I'll go 6-4. Humza Shah.
3-7.
I'm with you. 3-7. Shafic Aitani.
4-6.
5-5.
Okay.
I have that vision, man. I like this team. That's my team. I always choose a team. That's my team this season.
Ammar's team.
Yeah. Ramzy Saleh. Be honest right now.
5-5
9-1.
or 6-4.
9-1.
6-4.
We'll lose the first game. That's it. You said 6-4?
Yeah.
انت شو حكيت عن فريقك؟
6-4.
7-3. You said
I
your
said
team?
6-4. You said 7-3.
Okay. Salman Yes.
I don't want to keep saying 5-5. But like they're like
That's-
5-5.
I'm thinking the same. I'm thinking the same thing. 5-5.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm kind of leaning 4-6.
Me too, but I'm just gonna give them 5-5 or yeah, 5-5.
I'm gonna say 4-6. Zubair Papardi.
I mean, since we said they're the best team, we can say 7-3. I guess because 7-3 is the best record we gave.
No, I gave 9-1.
Who was 9-1?
My
Yeah, I'm convinced. But yeah, we'll give them 7-3. We'll give them 7-3. Yeah, there's like two teams that 2 teams will be 7-3. A couple teams will be 6-4.
I said your team 7-3. I said Muhammad Yan is 7-3.
Yeah, I said both of us are 6-4, but same thing, Yanni.
I'm gonna give them.
I'm sure there'll be one team that's like 8-2, but I just don't want to. I just
Yeah.
don't know who it is because like it's not like Musa's team could definitely be 8-2. This team could definitely be 8-2. My team could be 8-2. Ramzy's team, with everything going good for them, is 8-2.
I'm gonna give this last team 8-2, just to give one team.
Just to
8-2.
give them 8-2, yeah. You
All
want to
right.
do a guess for MVP?
Oh, after
Oh,
that, guess for MVP. Oh, guess for MVP. So this entails the team is gonna be good too.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. All right. I'm gonna do our best. No, I'm playing. Wow. No, I don't think it's gonna be on your team. You don't have an MVP type player on your team.
I mean, if I have to guess, it's probably between Joe Capone and Musa because I feel like those are the two that like.
Joe Capone. Thing is, I don't know how he is coming back.
So, if it's the safe one is Musa because
Safe one is definitely
Musa.
Musa, but no, I'm not
and
saying Musa.
his team is with his brother, so like
I'm not riding that Musa bandwagon.
I think a slept-on one could be whoever's on Zubair's team, whether it be Mahruz or Zayn, who's like putting up numbers. If they're the best team in the league, also.
All right, I'm going Amir Tarkus.
Interesting.
That's my MVP for this season. Amir Tarkus. And you said who?
If I had to put money, it'd probably be Musa.
I'm not.
or-
Thank God we're not putting money. I put money on Musa too.
I think Musa or Mahruz will be MVP.
All right, so we'll say Mahruz because we don't like Musa.
Yeah, screw you.
All right, yalla.